Welcome to Daytona International Speedway for the opening race of the Ghost Cup Series here today. We will be doing the invocation here really soon. Let me pull up the person who did it today. Okay, did send me the file. I did not think about plugging it in. Didn't know how to plug this in, but we will have that up here very shortly.
Almighty God, tonight we come before you and we just thank you for technology like iRacing that blesses us with the opportunity to connect with new friends that live anywhere in this world over the shared passions of racing. Tonight I pray for the same thing we pray for every night, Lord, that you might bless us with patience and wisdom tonight as these drivers traverse around this racetrack. And Lord, I thank you that you are here to bless our conversations. Let it be fruitful and beneficial in your sight. We pray all of this in Christ's name. Amen.
You heard the invocation there. This is the first race of the Ghost Cup Series. Like I said, starting grid, I will pull this. Actually, there's no starting grid. I forgot about that. It has been set from the duels, but it's Lucas Whitehead, Jonathan Cogswell, Stuart Young, or Warren Young, Thomas Stewart, Brian Cloy, Christopher Birch, Patrick McQuaid, DJ Daniel, Chris Zofield, Ryan Sizemore, Matt Mettler, Mike Sobnowski, Christopher Cash, Noah Owens, Brandon McLaughlin, Johnny Williams, Colt Laskowski, Chris Hupke, Jeff Taylor, and Dylan Ellis in the field here today. He's sponsored by Team Watson Racing, set up in the top right-hand corner. And W also use code WATSPIN39 for 5% off your order at Team Watson Racing Setups. Subscription package has just dropped for them too. So make sure to check them out. They made the setups for this. I'm a part of that racing team. But that is enough. Pace car has pulled off here. Green flag is in the air. The first race of the Ghost Cup Series is underway here. Lucas Whitehead gets a good jump. He's going to jump right up in front of Jonathan Cogswell. See, the first lap there looks like it might be led by Jonathan Cogswell. It's going to be close between him and Whitehead, and it's going to be, that might have been Cogswell who got that. I'm not sure. That was very close at the line just on that right there for those guys. I need to move this back up, to come down. My microphone deciding to come loose on itself. And that being said, looks like these guys right now just pretty much done too wide so far. A familiar name that I do see is Jeff Taylor. And he runs some Team Watson Racing setup stuff you see right there on his hood. Cogswell is also a familiar face. I raced against him in another league that I was in before I had gotten banned from it. Long story. It was a pretty fun league in there, but Cogswell, he's got a lot. One thing I've noticed with this setup too is this setup likes to get loose on that top line. It really likes to kick loose and become super aggressive on it. So these guys are going to have to be super careful about that. So far, they're pretty much just running pretty even with each other. Nobody's really getting antsy with what they're doing quite just yet. Do I expect that to stay the same? No, I don't. It's how it's Daytona. It's Daytona. That's just how this track is. People like to get up on the wheel. Again, if you are new to Ghost Racing Network, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, you can always take it back. Doesn't cost you anything. A lot of stuff in this world is free anymore, but Jeff Taylor's going to put it 3 wide. The 89. Matt Mettler looks like he's going to bail out of that. And let's look at that beautiful. And this is probably one of the prettiest paint schemes I have ever saw. It's the Chevy that Noah Owens is driving. I mean, just look at how pretty this thing is right here. I mean, that is just absolutely gorgeous of a paint scheme. We're going to get a chase view. And that is just a pretty paint scheme. But you see back there, we got Brian Cloyd and Johnny Williams kind of in the middle of no man's land right now. My two drivers are in this. I picked up Colt Laskowski and Brandon McLaughlin. And also Warren Young. This 9 car on the bottom, or this 42 car on the bottom. I will give these guys a paint refresh, so you'll see their paints will go away. Just make sure their sponsors are loaded in. Won't take it very long at all. Should have done that at the start. Was not thinking about doing that, but Cogswell, he's going to continue to lead. He's got Whitehead on the top line. Whitehead's going to get a run. He's got, looks like that's Stewart shoving him, I believe, there. You see the number to load in on the car. Yes, that is actually, yes, that is Thomas Stewart, so I was correct on that sense there. Also got the 33 of D-Day Daniel. Has a pretty good looking paint scheme that was also made by Noah Owens. Looks like that is a, that's a Mr. Beast chocolate right there. I mean, look at that. I think that might be what it's based off of. Not sure, but you see that bottom lane's just really slowing down. Everybody's hopping out of it. Now, I'm not sure how much fuel they have in the cars, how far they can go. It's going to really depend on what guys want to do. Again, y'all let me know how the stream looks. I have ramped up the bitrate to the maximum that YouTube can take. So it's at 51,000. So it is way up there. Did some other iRacing changes also at the same time. I was running shadows, and don't do that. Just heads up, do not run shadows on a track like this. It's probably one of the worst things you can do. Looks like everybody so far is just kind of even with each other. You know, there are some people missing this race because of the podium had their heat races for the kind of like Daytona 500, their own version of it, pretty much. So they've been doing that. So some of these guys did miss it. But, they might be joining in a little bit later. They'll be laps down. They'll be out of contention, but they're just going to run it either way for some points. Okay, y'all might have been noticing in some recent streams that SDK has been freezing. SDK has had a issue that they have been trying to fix worldwide of streams freezing. They don't know why, but they've been trying to fix that, and they haven't been able to do that or fix it quite just yet. This looks like we're gonna have a lot of guys. That was almost bad there. 12. Gofield almost got a little bit loose. Cogswell, very fun and clean to race. I can't tell if that is a PS4 logo on the side of his car. I swear it is. It has to be. Or I'm just going insane. I'm probably going insane. Who knows? Everybody looks like they're pretty much just running the bottom right now. They're not really doing much besides that. And I wouldn't blame them. You don't really have to. Kind of like I mean, it's so early in the race. I mean, there's no point in trying to race each other quite just yet. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of guys that are gonna be making moves. And I wouldn't be making moves either. I just be kind of like I just kind of ride here with them. If I were these guys. Trying to eat and commentate and I have bugs. I'm just gonna get off it. I really don't think we're going to see a lot of movement. Yeah, I know Cloyd and Williams, they want a caution. They need a caution because these guys are so far behind. Looks like Johnny Williams is incredibly new to iRating. He's a 374 IR. He is very, very, very new. These guys are dicing up around Jeff Taylor. Started to see a lot of movement right there between those guys, and they were not being too kind with each other. As it's like Roos, you're just making excuses. Always excuses with you. You didn't miss anything. Liar. Looks like 9:05. If I can be sure. You all remind me, make sure that the stream did not miss into anything. Y'all could tell me, if y'all could, if the stream ever freezes, please tell me. It's been doing that recently. I don't think it has quite just yet. I think we're still fine right now. I don't have to worry about it quite just yet, but I just want to make sure these guys are out to go through right around that 81 McLaughlin, driving a Jeff Gordon-inspired paint scheme that's been put on a next-gen car, so it has a little bit of a taste of Gordon's old throwback, but a taste of something new in the world. Jeff Taylor, he's going to hop up, try to leave that outside line. He's got Patrick McQuaid trying to give him a shove. As what has happened with these guys? They've also fallen back, so these guys are going to need a caution. The only caution that I can see them getting is if these guys, wreck and wipe each other out. They're going to have to get one, though. They're going to have to hope for that. Sometimes hoping for that isn't necessarily the best thing. It doesn't really happen half the time. See, looks like, who that jumped up? It might be Christopher. No, it's not Christopher Cash. That might be Roberts who jumped up there, the Canadian. Pops up in front of Jeff Taylor. That's going to also bring the 24, Christopher Cash. Christopher's going to try his luck on that high line now. Going to a little bit see these guys side drafting pretty hard. We got the 99 loose. Dylan Ellis, you saw him start wiggling off the bottom. If he wasn't careful there, he could have really sent himself around. Oh, we got hard contact into the wall. Goes Colt. 4, 5 drivers, 6. Everybody's piling up in it. This is a big one early on. Hard contact for these drivers. The 81 is on his side. He still hasn't flipped back over. That was vicious contact, and that takes out one of the Ghost Racing drivers. I have to go back and see what happened, but that was vicious. What happened here? Looks like it happened. Go around the 81 of Brandon McLaughlin. So the 38, he's on the apron. We'll go look at the 38. This looks like it starts with Cash, possibly. Sorry, the 24 is actually Colt Laskowski, and the 38 is Christopher Cash. That was Brandon McLaughlin. So Christopher Cash, he's just bobbling it on the bottom. He just hit it, and oh, this is going to snap. Oh, no, the 81. Oh, that's just overcorrection right into the two Ghost Racing drivers. 24 gets pounded in the sign. Roberge gets in it, so does Jeff Taylor. The 81's up in the air. McQuaid takes evasive action. The 42's trying to get through it. Looks like Hubka is on the bottom, and he has nowhere to go. Just pounds into it. He gets drilled from behind by Cogswell. I mean, everybody's just piling up at this point, and this is just a wreck fest after that. As Sabanowski almost makes it through, Zofield almost makes it through. Saw the 64 of Stewart get involved also, but that was some vicious contact. That 81 had the toe. I don't think he ever got off his side. That was pretty bad contact for these guys, but these guys are all going to come down pit road here. While you're doing that, we will take a commercial break. And we are back here at Daytona after pretty much an early big one. Took out a lot of drivers. Hubka looks like he saved his fast repair. Didn't use it. It looks like, yeah, you can see that right front fender's bent in. As long as you don't break the tow link in these cars, they are fine. The 81 had to immediately tow. So he's probably still sitting in pit road because of that wreck that he was in. Cash was involved. Again, excuse me. I had the 24 and the 38 confused. The 24 is actually Colt Laskowski and Brandon McLaughlin. I had those drivers two mixed up with each other, but lights are off on the pace car here. One more through. They will go getting the green next time by. That was pretty vicious contact for those guys. That was not what you want to see early on. Some guys' races will be pretty much done because of that, and they're going to be like, well, this is not good. This is how super speedway racing is. It's just kind of a toss-up half the time. You don't really know what's going to happen in the races. It's just how a lot of them go, and it's very finicky racing. You don't know what you want to do. It looks like he should be fine. These next gens did get an update. I had a super speedway race, I believe it was yesterday. Yes, I can think. No, not yesterday. Tuesday, sorry. And I was seeing firsthand how the drafting was kind of with these cars, and it seems like the package that they put in them, if you don't have somebody right behind you, you were really not going in anywhere behind somebody. So these guys are going to have to deal with that, it seems. Hopefully they make it a little bit better for these cars. Again, it does look like this is a little bit better, but pace car is getting ready to pull off here. Lap 17 of 100. When they grab the green, it will be Lucas Whitehead, DJ Daniel, Jeff Taylor, and Ryan Sizemore. Green flag goes in the air. Looks like Lucas Whitehead gets a kind of a jump, and this is super speedways. You don't want to get out, and you don't want to get out far. You kind of don't want to get a jump on these racetracks. As you see there, the other Whiteheads are joined multiple laps down, and these other guys are waiting for the tow. DJ get a big shove. Sizemore's going to go to the bottom. McQuaid thought about coming with him. He's like, should I come to the bottom? Should I not? What do I do here? We'll go from the rear bumper of Lucas Whitehead. You can see the hands working on Ryan Sizemore. Got a little bit loose. Almost drilled. How did I just manage to do that? I just caught a fly with my own... Actually, I didn't catch it with my own hands. But he was able to hang on to it. I thought somebody was going around there, but they kept straight as Taylor almost puts himself in the wall. Gotta be careful about that. That was definitely a little bit of an antsy move from him. As I swear, I would kill every single bug in the world if I had a chance to do that. Looks like so far everybody is pretty fine with what they are doing. Nobody's really in it. So the 81, he's going to need some caution to get back in this. I wouldn't say... Ooh, so we got smoke. That's the 12 of Zofield. What happened with him? I saw Zofield just shoot down from the bottom of my screen. I don't know what that was about. We're going to have to go back and... I caught it with my hand that time. Finally, yes, I'm Spider-Man. I want to see what happened to Zofield here. What was this? He entered pit lane, it said, because he was so far down on the track. Oh, he just got loose. Did Hupka hit him? No, he's just loose off the corner. Hupka didn't even touch him. And Zofield, nice save there. Kept it going. Didn't snap it back. Ooh, that was actually not a bad save, but I think he did lose a lot of... Oh, gosh, yeah. He lost a lot of ground because of that, but Lucas Whitehead, he's going to continue to lead. We got somebody else. That's a 24 in the wall. That's Bletzkowski. What happened? There's now a spin. Jeff Taylor got some damage here. What happened on this? So that's 2 times we saw out of turn 4 guys get loose. He's going to whip it around. Looks like he's got somebody damaged. That's definitely a fine car. This is not end of the race. Jeff, get it around. Spun it. Ooh, did he get hit in the corner? Or is he just... Oh, he jerked it down way too fast. Just way too loose. The 24 had nowhere to go. He just pancakes the side of the wall. Cogswell almost runs into him. I think the 24 of Colt Bletzkowski should be fine. Let me get some rear... let me get some front shots here. I think it should be fine. Yeah, it looks like his suspension on this side is correct. Yeah, it looks like he's just got some front damage. That should easily be able to be fixed. Oh. That is actually worse than I thought. But these next gens are built like a tank, so I think that he should be able to eventually fix his damage that he got on it. I'm not too worried about him just yet. As if I were these guys, I might have came down pit road and got some fuel, but they decide not to. Some of them do. This is what I would have done. These guys that got damaged will be coming back. If you're already back here, might as well do it. I know Jeff Taylor's going to have to get some tires because he did his own little burnout over there. These Whiteheads, they are lapped down. Of course, they had to join late doing the podium race there. So they had to kind of hop in whenever they could. I know this is going to give McLaughlin, he will not get a lap back, but I believe, yeah, Cash did get a lap back. He was the lucky dog for this caution here. 22 laps out of 100 for this race. I need to get more ads so I can run them. I'm not smart enough and didn't get a lot. I will have to do that again. As Roos, what did you just tag me in? A post 4? As thank you, Roos, for doing that. Hopefully you are in here. I always like poking fun at him. He gets to test his theory again. Can he take down the wall with it? Because he's going to absolutely pound it on there. The 24, yeah, he's been sitting in here for... he's still in here. He's been sitting here for over a minute. Looks like he's actually got a lot of his damage fixed. And I lied about that. Never mind. Where is the pace car here? Let me pull up the track map. As he has probably about another 20 seconds, I say, of damage that can be fixed. That thing is smashed in on the front. And that thing is like, that spoiler is bent hard. Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to look like this. So you might want to get out of pit road right now. Unless he's just going to take a lap down. I think he's just going to take a lap down. Probably not a bad choice from him. Yeah, I'd just go ahead and do it if I were him. So you guys coming down to top off. Maybe get some more damage fixed. McLaughlin, he wasn't going to get... McLaughlin, he wasn't going to get the lucky dog. So he's probably coming down, getting fuel. Looks like he's only getting fuel there. Getting some damage fixed if he had it. Sabanovsky is back in. Johnny Williams is in, also in the throwback to Jimmy Johnson. That paint scheme is inspired to be. Ooh. As in real world news, I don't know why I just got a notification for this. Joey Bosa won Defensive Player of the Year. 49ers defensive end. I would have never thought that. As I am a Steelers fan. And they robbed TJ for at least 2 years of that. Can't debate that. There was 1 year he was absolutely dominant and he didn't get it. I think it was Aaron Donald that got it, and that was unfair. But 2 wrecks so far pretty much looks like these are 10-lap stints that they're coming up on for this race. Seems like they go a little bit over 10, and then there's a wreck. What I'm seeing a lot of, though, is that these guys are getting really loose. Coming off the corner, that right rear is starting to heat up, and it's not having a good time with them. It's not having it. It just does not want to agree with them at all. Pace car is going to pull off here. Lucas Whitehead will lean to green. Ryan Sizemore on his outside. Green flag is in the air. Looks like it will be, of course, Whitehead gets a good start. Just merge up in front of Sizemore. Going to get pretty far out there, but he'll probably slow right back to his rear bumper here in a minute. You do kind of hear some guys playing with their throttle just a little bit, kind of feathering it every now and then. You're not really full out like you would think on these super speedways. You're kind of just pedaling it every now and then. If you could go and full out, you would probably do that, but you kind of can't. You're like, well, kind of got to go half throttle. Sometimes there's a lot of crack in the throttle. Sometimes they bail out if somebody's been really moving off the bottom of the track. We got a wreck. The 42 down to Patrick McQuaid. He clips the 64. That's going to bring up the third caution here as they're wrecking behind. That's going to actually not collect anyone else, surprisingly, I think. Might have gotten, who is that up there? In front of Jeff Taylor. That might have gotten Brian Cloyd. That's the third caution here so far. As this is a looseness, just loose in the corner. Is this a net code? Oh, yeah, that's a net code. Patrick McQuaid didn't touch him here. We're going to go on a chase. It was definitely close, but that 42 would have came down on the bottom and just nicked himself. Let me get Patrick McQuaid's view. Yeah, see, you see that gap right there? I'll slow it down. He doesn't touch him. 42 was coming down. That is Brian. All right, sorry, that's... I got to get these drivers' names right here. That was Warren Young. Almost came down into him. Kind of clipped him there a little bit. That sent him up, and that was just hard contact. See, Cogswell saw his life flash before his eyes because of that. And then, how you got involved? Oh, that's a hard hit over there, too. Who did Warren get hit? Warren got hit by Cloyd. What happened to Cloyd here? Cloyd might have had nowhere to go, as he is also the 48. So there's two 48s in this race. As did he get punted? He might have gotten hit from behind and sent down into it. He's surprisingly... Actually... Oh, and yeah, that broke. Independent steering. As you can see, he is sideways. Don't do this. Yeah, that's straight for him. So when he whipped it, he hit him in a good enough spot that broke one of the toe links in the rear. So it's pretty much toast for that unless he has a fast repair. But you see, you guys coming back in. I believe Christopher Cash is going to be the lucky dog here now. So McLaughlin, he is still 2 laps down. Now, he would be the lucky dog if something were to happen. He's not down and out of the race quite just yet at all. Let me read the comments that are coming through here. Whitehead driving a rocket out there, by God. Yeah, he looks like he is Devin Whitehead. We got a lot of Whiteheads in here. Yeah, one of the things that these guys will have to watch, these engines get hot, but I drive these things religiously, and they cool down pretty fast, too. You can back up about let's say a car length, and they'll drop 10 degrees immediately. It doesn't take long for them to cool down, but while these guys are doing that, we will go on a commercial break here. We are back here at Daytona. I need to change this game capture to do the fastest it's doing it. Never mind. It's the fastest it can be. That might look a little weird on color. Did that change anything? That might not even change the color at all. Y'all did that change how that looked for you all? I don't know if it did or not. I'm trying to really see. I don't think it really did. I just changed the color code that it had. I don't really think that did much on it, to be honest with you. But anyway, pace car is going to pull off here. It will be Lucas Whitehead leading them to green. Ryan Sizemore, Noah Owens, and Dylan Ellis, top 2 rows. Green flag is back in the air. We are underway here again in the Ghost Cup Series. You can see some of these guys just get a face full of the car in front of them, but some guys, they need another caution. Hopefully, it doesn't turn to a wreck fest here, but the Whiteheads have returned into the race. All of them have managed to swarm into one spot, it seems, for these guys. Again, if you are new to Ghost Racing Network, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that will help us grow a lot. We hit 400, and we went from like 340 to 400 in a matter of like 3 weeks. I want to try to hit 500 before the end of this month. I think it's doable. I really do think it is, but it will be based on you guys if you subscribe. We have Johnny Williams around. Another wreck has happened here. This is going to collect 3, 4 drivers. That's going to collect the 81, who has already had a rough night here. Looks like he bounces off the wall. He doesn't have a blown-up engine. But that will bring out the 4th caution. See if the 81 steering is messed up. He has had a rough night, and he was going to be the lucky dog, too. Look like his steering is offset to the right, but he is still going straight. Toe link is not broke for him, so he should be fine. But he has just had a rough night overall. Go back and watch what happened. So it happened, he lagged. Ooh, DJ hooked him a little bit. He's up on the top. Nope, nope, don't go that fast. He is up on the top line, comes down in front of DJ, and that's kind of Johnny Williams' fault. He gets clipped by DJ. 81's trying to avoid it. You see him right there on the bottom. He's just trying to get down. Jeff Taylor's down there, so he's an innocent bystander. He gets clipped by the 51. He goes hard into the wall. Actually, surprising. Looks like his steering actually might not be broken. How is his steering not broken on that? If that was me, that would have been a meatball flag, but that's just... I think the steering ratio these guys are running is maybe just a little bit too high for them. They're still dealing with a little bit of a snappy issue there for these guys, so... The fourth caution, 32 laps into the race. Everybody else is going to come in. This is what I thought that they would have done to begin with. Looks like they just don't want to get in the middle of everything else at all. And I would not blame them. 24 looks like he's still fixing some damage on his car. Don't think he's used a fast repair yet. He hasn't used a fast repair. I can see the little side of his car bent up. How much has he fixed this? As surprisingly, it looks like a kind of a sideways smiley face, almost. So you look right there, you can see that splitter's bent up around the driver's side. So it's kind of iffy with them. The 51 used a faster. He used a fast repair. You saw it pop right there. 81, looks like his damage isn't bad. I mean, that looks like you can they'll bend that left front fender out, but his steering was relatively close to straight. Spoiler's still straight. They can bend this out also the best they can. He should be decently fine, I'd say, but this is going to put Matt Metler to a lead instead. Roberge, DJ Daniel, Schofield. And this is kind of anybody's race at this point. Jeff Taylor. Looks like they might have popped his fast repairs or doing all the options that he can. As I have drank some flavored water, do not do that. Not agreeing with my stomach right now. Lights are going to go off on the pace car here. We'll get the green flag next time by. So it looks like Laskowski and McLaughlin are 2 laps down, so it will be a battle between the teammates who gets the lucky dog. The Johnny Williams. Man who got spun off of DJ Daniels' front bumper. Nothing DJ could have done there, though, to do it. I don't think he expected Johnny to come back off the top line down in front of him, so can't really put any blame on DJ at all there. Will keep me updated and make sure that the stream has not frozen at all. I just want to make sure it hasn't. As it just doesn't update for me. So that's why it was dropping, but pace car is going to pull off here. Matt Metler will be leading them to green. Chris Roberge on his outside. As green flag is back in the air here, we almost have a wreck off the start. Who does not get going back there? That might be Brian Cloyd, who does not get going there on the bottom lane in front of Laskowski. See, DJ looks like he's trying to take the lead here. That Tractor Supply, I believe, on the rear end of his car. For Burge, he's thinking about putting a 3 wide. Metler left the bottom lane open for opportunity if he wanted to take it. It was just a choice if he wanted to. He decided not to, luckily, to do anything else. As he's got to be careful coming off that top line. You can get spun. Knocky. You can get spun if you do that. He's leaving that lane open. I think that's what I'm seeing with a lot of these guys. They're getting off that corner. That right rear is starting to heat up. And they can't hold the line like they would want to. But McQuaid, he's going to hop up on the top line there in front of these guys. These two have... Oops, Johnny Williams just disappeared there. Thought that was me as I'm about to catch another bug with my hand here in a quick second. I have no idea how they're getting here, but it looks like Noah Owens, he's going to hop up in that top line. Let's get off my screen. He's going to hop up in front of Patrick McQuaid. They decided to take it pretty easily so far off his rear bumper, 2 Chevys. Field's mainly dominated by Chevys. I don't think we have a single Toyota. No, we do have a Toyota. I said we didn't. That's Whitehead. I believe all the Whiteheads run those, but some of them aren't in the race. Some of them are. You know, Owens, he's going to take the lead there just for a quick second from DJ. He's got Patrick McQuaid shoving him. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 for about 7 rows. Here you see Chris Hubka, the man that runs the show in the Ghost Cup Series back here in 14th right now currently. See some guys moving off that top line. Tires are starting to get a little bit warm for them, so they're starting to move around just a little bit more now. Because of that, you see Noah Owens. This is a big old bump draft right here. You see this right here. 89 is shoving 77. 77 has no choice but to shove Noah Owens and get him up there. As Sofield's taking a swipe at DJ. I'm a little bit nervous about that, moving around like this. I think that he can definitely be sent around quite easily. If you just nick him the wrong way, they'll go whoop and right around into the outside wall. Saw that happen countless times with many guys before. Noah Owens, he's going to hop back up in the top line there. He's going to stick with McQuaid. We have kind of 2 groups that have broken out, really. Right now, some guys aren't in the race. He says back in your Trey Whitehead. At 23, he's got the 24 Laskowski with him, and they also have the 48 of Brian Cloyd. Need something for them to catch up. But this top line, they're becoming a big train everybody's deciding to join them. They're seeing the momentum that they have, and they're just wanting to stick with them. Don't think we'll see a lot of passing anymore between these guys. I think they've kind of settled down. They're like, yeah, let's maybe not do that. As, hey, Charles, I did not see you in here. I just looked at the chat there. Thank you for coming and watching the stream. I know you aren't in the race. You're doing the podium still, as Noah's got McQuaid right up on his bumper. Could have ended up really, really bad there for these guys. I'm getting nervous about sometimes, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, Metler, don't come down. Metler almost came down right on DJ, and if he would have done that, that would have probably sent DJ around. At least a little bit of a door bang between those two, but luckily they realized, hey, we're not clear quite just yet, so let's not do that right now. Like so far, we've just got everybody kind of either in small little groups or they've been broken up. But I believe that was Christopher Birch, who's hopped down to the bottom. Noah's going to follow McQuaid to the bottom with him. They're going to abandon that top line that hasn't been working for them so far. Instead, they'll go to the bottom and just decide to ride down there. Looks like the 89 is going to try something. Matt Metler going to get a shove from Ryan Sizemore a little bit there through the corners. Really more arrow than anything else. Hupka's going to go down to the bottom. It seems right now they've calmed down. I say that, I mean, he must have a wreck back there. The 48 just shot down to the bottom. I don't think he meant to do that. Probably got put down there against his will. Metler is going to almost go in the wall. Everybody else is going to go down below him as he's got to hold it up there. Make sure these guys get by him. This is not good there. Looks like he will do it. He'll actually merge back down in line. Everybody's just pretty much following a line type of racing. This is very fun. This is how super speedways normally are, and you can't really do much about it. Once they get like this, they'll pretty much just stay in one big old line. I love super speedways because of this reason. I'm just kidding. I can not stand them because of this. But it's a race that anybody can win. Is this top line? I said that they're not going to form up, but it looks like Lucas Whitehead, he said, man, might as well try to get something going up there again. He's hopped up in front of Ryan Sizemore. A little bit of a throwback to Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s paint scheme that used to run on the number 3 car for Richard Childress Racing back when he was racing, and I was a Gordon fan growing up, so I was also born in 2003, so I didn't get to see Earnhardt race at all. And I'm a young person, only 19 years old. Looks like DJ, he's hopped up in that top line in front of Lucas Whitehead, and he's got a pretty good shove by also, so he's going to get out ahead. Ooh, that was almost bad. It's a pretty dim track here at Daytona. Not a lot of light like I would have thought there would be. Some parts of the track brighter than others, though. These guys back here are just kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to ride. So far, coming up on halfway in the race. A little bit of a breakup of a pack now. Stofield's up on top, so is the 38 of Cash. And they've got the 64 of Stewart and the 12, or the 22 of Sabanowski leading that group. I could have swore I just saw the 12 up there. Side draft there, super hard. Hupka has a very nice paint scheme there. I'll give him that. I think he made that himself. It's very good, very nice. But I will have to give it to Noah Owens for probably the best paint scheme in this race so far, as this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. That's probably one of the prettiest paint schemes I've ever saw here. Hupka looks like he's hopped up in that top lane in front of Roberge to try to get something going. But these guys are kind of actually surprisingly becoming broken up now. I think doing this is creating a side draft that's pulling them back, and they don't realize that Hupka almost comes down and clips Cogswell there. See this? Yeah, there's a gap here now between Sabanowski and Mettler. Mettler's 4 tenths in front. They need to keep within 6 tenths, and they are still managing to do that to at least stay in the draft of him. So once you get out of the 6-tenth range for those guys, you are pretty much out of the running for it. As the 22 of Sabanowski's almost going to go around, he saves it there. Go back and watch what happened with him. Like he just got loose out of nowhere. That thing just stepped out on him. That was weird. Didn't see him around anybody, but that just stepped out on him, surprisingly. That was a little bit odd there for them. Guys are now going to come up on halfway as Trey Whitehead has entered the pits. He has left the pit lane now, but DJ Daniel, he's going to lead Lucas Whitehead behind him. Ryan Sizemore, and then we have a little bit of a second group back here. These guys really need to tuck in line and get going because they are pretty far behind now. They're losing time too. They get up to 2.5 seconds here this lap if they're not careful with each other. Have to get going. This is a point in the race where you're like, well, I don't know what to do because everybody's so spaced out. And you got Sabanowski, Taylor, and Whitehead running back here with each other. Cogswell, they have lost a lot of time. Almost 3 seconds behind now, and they're going to need a caution probably to get caught back up to him. I mean, it is... I don't know if they can catch him. Now, let me see if I can find their fuel load. Yeah, it does kind of look like Formula 1, Jonathan, now that I think about it. Let me see, what is their fuel load in these cars? Schedule. Not sure, it doesn't say. So, this is going to be a guess. I don't know what their fuel is. That's kind of odd. As we got somebody around, I can hear it. Where is it at? Am I just hearing something? I think. Oh, there. No, there it is. That's the 38 of Cash and Metler. Oh no! Oh. And that might bring out a caution here, but he also spun with nobody around, so it doesn't seem like it will. I knew I could hear somebody. What happened with him? So it's him and Metler had a little bit of an incident. As it's gonna be out of the corner. Almost nicks the wall, just overcorrects, and that's. Ooh. See him go down there, and he just. Oh, and his tail whips it, goes into the wall. We'll whip it back down. That might have broken his toe link. Look at his steering. Right now it's to the right. I think he got back going, though. Yeah, but he'll need a caution. He'll go a lap down. As that actually may have just KO'd his toe right there. As it surprisingly didn't. That's actually amazing right there. It's not dead on it. .55 laps done in the race here. 2 groups now that have been broken out here, but we will do a little bit of a turn it up session here. I will take off the limiter to this, and we will go on board with 5 drivers for 5 laps here. We'll start with DJ Daniel at the line. As they'll evidently have to cut that short there. These guys have pit stops now that they're going to be doing. So it looks like they might split this race in half. I need to put this gain back to what it was before. It is all the way up at 25. That is really loud. Let me turn this down again and adjust that for you all. So pit stops happening. I don't want to caution right now. So it looks like this main group came in. They were all in and away. Hupka came in with them too. Let's see what these guys do here now. So we'll have to see how this cycles out. So that will actually put Dylan Ellis to the lead. He last came in on lap 32. So 32. We'll see Johnny Blooms. We got 30 lap 32. So how many laps can they go on fuel then? It might be about. Has to be more. There's no way it's that short on fuel. As you know, if you are watching, who do you have taking this race here? I mean, it's kind of up in the air for anybody at this point. I mean, this is what super speedways are. It's kind of a, let's just throw the track up in the air and see what happens. It's kind of like, I don't know how to compare it to anything else, really. It's kind of anybody's track. Nobody's really good at it. That being said, Dale Earnhardt Sr. made his heyday at tracks like this. I don't know how he did it, but Hupka is in the middle of no man's land at that point. He literally has nobody around him for, oh my gosh, 34 seconds, and then closest car is about 5 seconds behind him. That's Cash. Cash is kind of limping around, has a smashed front end, but you see Zofield, Sabanowski, and Jeff Taylor coming down here on pit road. As Taylor messed up his pit box, and that probably just ended his chances at the race unless he gets cautioned here because he's too close to the line. They'll tell him whip it around there, as that is going to be a breaker for him. Going to take, he's taking 4 tires too. Yeah, it's going to slow him down a lot. A lot. put Lucas Whitehead to the lead. They'll kind of flop with DJ now. And once these pit stops all cycled out, looks like almost everybody's came down pit road. Trey Whitehead, he'll probably have to come back down. But it looks like it's kind of just a, as Hupka is a lap down also? Yes, Hupka's a lap down, I believe. Yes, he's a lap down. He's managed to latch on to these guys, though. So if he just stays on the bumper of Noah Owens, he should be fine. He'll be able to at least stay intact with him. They'll need a caution as he's losing some ground here very quickly. As he might have just lost the draft to Noah Owens, and I think he just did there. Yes, he just lost the draft to him. Like this is really a 4-car breakaway. It's Whitehead, Daniel, McQuaid, and Owens so far. And we will now try that turn it up session that I was trying to do earlier. As we have a caution on the track, I will have to see what happens. It says Brandon McLaughlin has crashed again. He has had a rough night. What? Oh, Noah Owens gets loose. Oh, just pounds Hupka right there into the wall as McLaughlin then snaps it and into the inside wall, or sorry, outside wall, and that's a rough night for that 81. He has not had the night that he's wanted. We'll go back and watch and see what happened to Noah Owens, see if he got a bump throughout the corner. He kind of just smacked Hupka in the wall with it. Hupka was the lucky dog, too, so he's not going to get it now. So what happened here as he just jerked it down to the bottom and hit the apron, and it just overcorrected right into Hupka. Hupka had it nowhere to go because of that. We have to switch over overlays. We will go back to the other one. I'm not sure. Do y'all like that top overlay? Or do you like this side one better than... Actually put up a poll. Everybody's going to come down pit road. Guys will need to use their fast repair. Owens surprisingly looks like he will be able to fix that with a lot of optional damage. Toe is knocked in instead of out. It's knocked in instead of out. So he should be able to fix that as he just whips through his pits. Actually missed it just a little bit. He's going to back up there. But Sabanowski, he's going to stay out, surprisingly. I would have thought he would have came in here. How to put him to the lead. Probably get the green with 65 laps on the board for these guys in the race. While these guys are under their caution, I will take another commercial break. I need to get more ads. If you want to sponsor Ghost Racing Network, might as well just reach out to us on Facebook. See, lights are off on the pace car now. They will begin the green with 44 laps left in the race. McQuaid, DJ Daniel, Ryan Sizemore, Dylan Ellis will be the top 2 rows for these guys. Pace car's going to pull off here. McQuaid leading him to green. DJ Daniel on his outside. Green flag's back in the air. McQuaid gets a pretty good jump, but it doesn't matter at tracks like this because who cares? That's how these races are. I need to bump this back down to 16. Give me a second here. This is very loud for you guys. I don't want to be blowing out your eardrums. Guys, there we go. Put it back down to the bottom of 16 for the boost. Saw a lot of guys get loose there. What the heck was that? Saw a lot of guys get loose there, surprisingly. Saw a lot of wiggles around on the bottom. That was not what I would have thought from them at all. They definitely got a little bit loose doing that, though. Hubka's back here. Got 2x2. Bottom lane's pretty much just being nose to tail with each other right now. DJ's getting a shove from Ryan Sizemore. McQuaid's going to hop back up in the top line in front of Roberge. Get a little bit of a shove by now. As we have a caution out. Cloyd? Brian Cloyd, possibly? What happened? Yeah, this is what happened. Didn't alert me that there was a spin here, but what? Oh, he just gets loose on the bottom, and McLaughlin, luckily, that's a net code for him. Didn't even get touched. He just locks it down. Doesn't hit the wall, though. Nice save from him. As McLaughlin has had a rough night. He has had a really, really rough night. And I kind of feel for this man right now. some races you have and you're just like, well, I kind of can't do anything. And I think that's kind of what he's having to deal with. It is what it is for him. I really think that's what it's come to. Six caution, kind of almost averaging 10 laps, and the caution comes out here in this race. And it looks like we have another stream. Austin will be doing a stream at, can't see the time here, but if you come down pit road, you can actually make it on fuel from here. That's what McQuaid and these other guys that are coming down behind him realize now. Hubka, he was actually the lucky dog, as Laskowski looks like he's actually about to get almost back in the running for this race. He's one lap down McLaughlin. He's probably taking some tires, getting some damage fixed that he has. Yeah, he's getting his damage fixed here. I tell you what, that man has had a rough night. I feel for people that just have these races where just nothing goes right, and because it's just a bad feeling. You're like, you got to be kidding me. Cloyd, he was the one who pretty much brought out the cautions back down. Upcut, got the lucky dog. He's going to come back down. Probably get fuel, if I had to guess. Noah Owens is in here fixing some damage that he has currently on his car. Let's see, is Noah some laps down here? I don't think he is. I want to make sure, though. He might not be a lap down. I don't think he is. Might as well start a conversation with the chat. How have y'all's day been? I know mine's been hectic. This whole week's been hectic for me. My day's been pretty decent, though, I'd say. Not too bad. I mean, it can get a lot worse, that's for sure. I started off this year, the day after Christmas, I ended up in the ER for mesenteric adentitis. I don't know how you say it. Had inflamed lymph nodes the day after Christmas, was throwing up, and I don't ever do that. I don't ever complain when I'm sick, but it was bad enough where I was like, I gotta go somewhere. Spent 10 hours in the ER, and they're telling me that my lymph nodes were inflamed in my stomach. Couldn't eat anything for basically 2 weeks. Lost 15 pounds because of that. Went from 150 to almost 160. What was I at? It was like 155 to 140. And I'm only 5'7", too. Keep that in mind. And the stuff they have on me is muscle. And it's like it ate through the fat of my body. Then the day after New Year's, I ended up in the ER again. Jumped in the middle of a dog fight that our dogs were going after. One of them bit me on accident because I bought him a crappy Ollie's collar, and it got loose around his neck. Able to whip his head around and get a good chomp in on my arm. Swelled up immediately. Thought I broke my arm. Luckily, I did not. Had to use some antibiotics for it. So that was 2 ER trips in the matter of a week. So my year has absolutely gone great so far. It's probably going to get worse now that I said that. Hey, Jeff, how was Austin for you in that stream that he did for you? It seemed like it was pretty good. I know he's still getting used to some names, but were you pleased with how he streamed overall? Thank you for tuning into this race also. I'm the one who runs, who created Ghost Racing Network. He streams on it also, but I was the one who built up this channel from the ground up. Then he joined, and he's absolutely taken off since then. But pace car pulled off. Green flag is in the air. DJ Daniel's going to get a good jump over Ryan Sizemore. Going to go right down to the bottom. Not spend any extra time up there. Jeff Taylor is going to pull a little bit of a crossover. 28 laps left in the race here. As I will mute my mic here, we'll do a little bit of a kind of a drive-by stuff here. This guy's being pretty chill so far, as I'm going to kill every single bug I can get my hand on here. As we got some guys that have been able to manage to get themselves back on the lead lap, as I'm going to kill it if I get my hand on it. But DJ Daniel, he's leading Ryan Sizemore with the shove of the century there. Okay, he got off in the corner. As thank you, Jeff. I just now read your if I can think about it, your comment. I have it put up on a different screen, but that screen also has SDKs. I'm going to kill this thing here in a minute if I can't get my hand on it. Yeah, also I will say that he is actually he might have told you all. He is actually a meteorologist. That is what he's majoring in college. I'm a media and communications major. I originally created this channel pretty much just to be something that I can do on the side and commentating stuff with it. I've got a ridiculous setup. I mean, I've got triple monitors, stuff like that. I've got a $400 microphone, and iRacing's also led to some real-life opportunities. I know last year I got to commentate some softball games for my college. Got to do play-by-play for the basketball team also over the winter break for them. But that's why I've created this channel. Then I had Austin join me about, I'd say, a little bit after Christmas. He originally had his own channel, then asked if he wanted to come along with me. He gets to keep all the money that he makes. We just started the channel, and he's definitely done pretty good. I need to show him a little bit other things. You know, I paid for some of the overlays that you see, you know, on the ads. That's allowed us to go side by side when we do these streams. And those were expensive. They were $100 for them. We don't even use half of them that we have. DJ Daniel, he continues to lead. That was my little rant there, but I created this channel because I'm a media communications major, so it's going to help me. So I have to manage these social media things and see what I can do with most of them. Really, is what I have to do. And it's been fun seeing this channel grow, you know, from something so small. It's not even a year old, and I really think that we can hit 400, or not 400, 500 by the end of this month. And I truly think that we can. But everybody is a big choo-choo train on the bottom line. These guys back here are kind of just like, hope something happened. Cloyd, middle of nowhere. Literally middle of nowhere for him. No, DJ, he actually did race in the Ghost Cup Series last year. Last year, they were the Gen 6s, and which is manual gearbox, that you literally get hit by a bird and your race is over. They were so aerodynamic. He was actually kicked from the league because I think him and some other people were going at it after the race, wrecking each other. He kind of got turned during a Las Vegas race. You can go back and watch that. And he's kind of a controversial driver. Some people don't like how he drives. I never had a problem with him, but he was definitely somebody who was just, I don't know, it's kind of like the problem child that, I don't have a problem with, really. I guess that's what I'd say. And he never really did anything to me. It's just kind of how it was. Is this putting a limiter on that? No, it is not. But 22 laps left in the race. As we've got guys, yeah, this is where they just, one big line as Cash is down pit road. Looks like he did that on his own doing, though. Noah Owens, middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere. This is, yeah, that wasn't, yeah, he had to be booted. The league actually got pretty small, too. Now, I'm surprised, Jeff, by how many people you have in your league. That's a pretty big league there. And he's never done Next Gens, too, or he really doesn't commentate, other tracks besides super speedways. And I told him, you're going to have to start branching out into these other leagues to, get a lot of people in it, because, he's normally, kind of dead set on super speedways, and he's going to be buying these tracks and broadcasting the races for you. I told him, you're going to eventually have to do that. So it's going to be interesting, seeing Austin call races that aren't super speedways, because they get really kind of technical when you don't think that they're technical, but they get pretty, finicky with some certain things. With me, I'm a 4.4K IR driver. I love Next Gens, so I know how these cars like to handle. There's not really been much to talk about, so I've been trying to make some small talk with you all. Everybody's just pretty much semi-calm. I mean, it's about as calm as you can get without absolutely cleaning everybody out. I don't know if they'll stay like this. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if they stay like this. Who knows? They're running about 47, 46-second laps. This group back here, middle of nowhere. I know Lucas Whitehead, he won the season opener. Not season opener. He won the duels, sorry. So he's probably looking to repeat that there for sure. Oh yeah, hopefully he will. As tracks like this, I swear, they're so hard to commentate sometimes. Half the time, you don't really have much stuff happening. I mean, you really don't. And so it's kind of just picking and choosing some things that goes on. Oh, dang, that's a pretty good SOF 3500. I know you run a fixed league, I believe. I'll tell you what, I was thinking about doing some next-gen stuff with leagues, but I like broadcasting more, surprisingly. I don't like really racing in leagues like I did before. I don't know, it's just something with it. The last league I was actually in, I got kicked from it. Not because I did, not because how I was driving, surprisingly. Well, I'll explain a little bit. I was kicked because of how I was driving. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't illegal or stuff like that. It was actually a call that the league had against me. Didn't agree with it at all. And y'all might have saw it blow up at one point. I was banned for wall riding. Apparently the race admins had saw me bouncing off the wall, and this was at Bristol. So I came into the league at Talladega and didn't do good in that race. Dover, I had a chance to win. I won at Michigan, and then I won at Darlington. I was going to win at Bristol, but then I was black flagged for wall riding right up against the wall. Didn't agree with it. Basically, the league owner would not talk to me about it, so I posted it on Reddit, and that blew up and like 40,000 views in like 2 days, and actually got removed, and I was banned from the league because of that. I'm not gonna say the league name because they do what they want to do. They know who they are. If they ever watch it, if they ever hear anything, don't do dirty stuff. Talk to your drivers, please. I'm not gonna go bash on anybody. I'm not gonna say any names. If you saw the Reddit clip, you probably did. I think it's still up, but it's kind of like removed or hidden, something like that. We had somebody ask, get around these 3 teammates. You know what? It's called the front bumper. You got it? It's called they call it the chrome horn. You just ram them. Just ram them out the way. Get them out the way. You're gonna have to get somebody to move off the bottom. And when they move off the bottom, you see that gap, you just got to fill it. Fill it immediately. Don't even let them come back down. We had a wreck now. That's hard. The 3 teammates were taken out in it. Well, that just answered your question. As what happened here? Good Lord, that was a hard wreck. That was vicious for these guys. I got to find the driver here. What in the world happened? Oh, DJ gets clipped by Sizemore, and then, ooh, gosh, that was hard. Sizemore gets shot around like a pinball. Zofield goes spinning down to the inside. Well, that changes up a lot of stuff, and then DJ actually surprisingly doesn't. How is that car still? What? As that's a knocked in toe, so that's pretty bad, but I'm surprised. Oh. That's a broken toe and an expired engine right there. Sizemore. Sorry, Whitehead. This changes a lot now. I don't think guys will have to come back in and top off. They'll be staying out possibly unless you got damage, and you're gonna have to use your fast repair. As that engine is gone, he's gonna try to make it around again to come down with these guys. I don't think that engine's gonna make it. He's foot to the floor, and that you see that wheel is knocked out, so his steering's broken, and that steering is literally gone. I'll try to get it right front. Yeah, you see that pointed. That's not supposed to be pointed that way. That's not a lot. You don't want that camber. You see it wobbling around too a little bit. That is pretty bad. That is pretty bad for him. I have to see if these other guy. You asked if that is. Yeah, Jeff. Going back to that, I actually never even touched the wall. Never touched the wall in that race. Not once. Didn't have an X from it, but they said I was wall riding. I showed them the clip. They didn't respond, so I posted it, and they banned me for that. But that is not Kyle Sizemore. It is Ryan Sizemore. Probably related. Who knows? We actually have a freaking band of brothers. We got Charles Whitehead, Brock Whitehead, Trey Whitehead, Lucas Whitehead are all on here. Those not brothers. We are missing some driver. I don't think we're missing them now. I think they joined a little bit later. But Cogswell actually ran in that league. This is the one guy that I beat at Darlington the race before. I beat him in that race, and then the week after it was somebody else. I'm not going to say their name. And their but announcer's jinx. Who would have guessed? Just like once these guys are going fine, something happens. But Stewart goes in. Did anybody get a wave around? The 81 has had a rough night. I feel for this man. As he's 5 laps down and he's still at it, I will give him a thumbs up, dude. You are keeping at it, man. Might as well just stay in the race. Can't get any worse than what it has been. Life news, the defensive player of the rookie defensive player of the year and offensive rookie player of the year was Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner for the New York Giants. Kind of rare to see 2 people on the same team be awarded that. Nick Bosa won the defensive player of the year. Geno Smith, comeback player of the year. Brian Roger, or whatever his name is, the Giants coach, won coach of the year. Comeback player of the year was, I already said Geno Smith. I can't think of anything else. What were their awards? Anyway, go Steelers. Let's go. Sizemore is still in. He has used his fast repair. I think he actually managed to limp it in the whole time. So, where is... So, Lucas, I think he managed to limp his car around. I don't know how that thing did not blow up because he is having to chase them down. Maybe having to be foot to the floor. He does have time to get him, though, but he's got to go. Jeff Taylor. No, Jeff. Yeah, Roger DeBold. I know that. I think DeBold actually races in this league. He's not normally in here, though. He's not in this race. I think he has the podium stuff that he's doing. Did I look over Roger DeBold? I'm pretty sure he does race with us, though, unless I'm thinking about something else. I'm probably thinking about something else. Who knows? Who knows where my mind is half the time? I don't even know what I'm doing 90% of the day. It'll be 12 laps to go here. 7 cautions so far in this 100-lap season opener at Daytona for the Ghost Cup Series. Hopefully nobody wipes themselves out, but it's Daytona. Throw caution into the wind. See what happens, Hubka. Pace car is going to pull off. Cogs will be taking the green here. Mettler on his outside. Zofield and Ellis. Green flag is back in the air. Cogswell does not get a big jump, but he doesn't need to get one. He can get the 12 of Zofield behind him. 2 Fords surprisingly up here. Not saw a lot of Fords. Says not a lot of Chevys as Mettler hops down right in front of Jeff Taylor. I thought Jeff would have punted him. Probably should have done it when he had the shot, but he decided not to do that. As I would not been so kind to him, I probably would have put him in the wall. We have a 4-car breakaway. Taylor going to lead that bottom. These guys got some laps to do it. Hubka, he's now back in the mix for this. Another 24 is probably hoping for another caution. I don't think he's used his fast repair this whole entire race. I think he's managed to... No, he's used his fast repair. He had to use his fast repair. Brian DeBold. So, okay, why did I think of Roger DeBold? Because there's a driver named Roger DeBold. I was thinking about Roger DeBold. He races in iRace. I thought you were talking about him there. Thank you for clearing that up for me. These guys, so far, Hubka's trying the outside. And if Hubka could win this race, that'd be pretty cool. This is going to really pick up. Hubka's trying it. I mean, he's got no help behind him. As I say that, looks like McQuaid's going to hop up in that top line. He says, hey, let's give it a try, Hubka. Let's dance the tango. Imagine looking at Hubka's rear bumper and all you see is his face. I mean, that's what you literally get a face full of. Because Hubka's bumper is just him staring back at you menacingly, smiling, saying, buy a house. These guys are trying to get going, but these top 3 are kind of hooked up and kind of pushing each other away. Doing this behind them will slow these guys down also. 10 laps left in the race here. Who's it going to be? Smashing stuff around me. It's getting exciting. Start throwing stuff across the room. Might as well see what happens. If it breaks, it breaks. Who cares? Ooh, little bobble by Sabanowski. As I will say, yes. Outside line is where it's at. I don't know what it is with these cars. In the outside line, they love it. You can get somebody who can really push you. You will go somewhere, but Zofield's going to have to start watching his temps because he's been shoving Cogswell. That gap right there is where he's probably fine. And these guys kind of need a little bit of a bubble. But I'd pull it down, see what happens here. There's going to be another big one here. I know there's going to be a big one. Somebody's going to wipe each other out. I hope not, but at the same time, kind of do because it looked good on the broadcast. So yeah, I should maybe do it. 89 running 2 stamp numbers. Hubka has really no help behind him. That 24 lap down in the middle of all of this right now currently. Laughlin back here still in the race. Some other drivers have left. All the Whiteheads have left. So is Johnny Williams and Warren Young. Cogswell can leave that bottom open for DJ. They're going to try to take that top lane. DJ Daniels now going to get shoved by Jeff Taylor. Christopher Bird's going to try to follow them on the bottom lane, and DJ's just going to shoot by. This might be a little bit of a strategy move from these guys, but we saw guys get loose off that top line, wearing off that right rear. Once it starts to get hot, once these cars slide once, that right rear will cook and heat itself as we almost got somebody around. I think we almost do. As we do, that is Dylan Ellis. He's going to spin down to the inside, and he will keep it straight. We will stay green as he's trying to get back up on the track. Hopefully that brings out a caution now. Oh, no, don't hit him. Don't hit him. Don't hit him. Okay, good. I heard somebody coming. Who is this coming? That is Noah Owens. What happened with Ellis? Did he get a bump wrong somewhere? I think he did. Let's go from a chase view here. I got to get his chase view because I can't really see anything from this. Oh, yeah. That's actually a small bump. Oh. McLaughlin. He's not had a night. Even though he's been every single wreck. He's the lucky dog for I think some of these. And he just nicks them, but that's really just a small overcorrection from him. And then he couldn't really save it, just trying to drive it off. This will bring them to, I believe, about 4 laps to go, and they get the green flag, possibly, for these guys. I think it should be 4 laps, sorry. Don't expect anybody to be coming down pit road at all, unless you got damage. Zofield will be down pit road. What happened here? Wait, did they wreck after the... What? So what happened with Zofield and these guys? So caution is well out. I think the 24 got the lucky dog? What is going on? What? I don't... What? I don't... only thing I could think of is he's a lucky dog and he's trying to get in there. His screen went black. What? I mean, that was well after the caution came out, too. It's not like it was just thrown and then that immediately happened. What? Cody, that is a good question. I don't know what that was. I mean, he was a lucky dog, too. I don't know what that was. I mean, I know Zofield's probably fuming from that. I mean, he's in pit road, and that might have broke his toe link. What? Y'all's guess is as good as mine. I don't have any clue what that was about. What? I don't know what that... Yeah, I don't know why he moved like that either. I'll have to see what happened. That's just odd. Okay. Yeah, I would be mad too. I wouldn't blame you, but this will be 4 laps to go in the race. DJ Daniel and Jeff Taylor, a Team Watson Racing driver. Use code WATSSPIN39 for 5% off your purchase at Team Watson Racing Setups. Subscription packages have just released each month. They're about 24 bucks. A, B, and C packs for the cars there, but green flag is in the air. Taylor's going to take a little bit of the lead here right now, but DJ's got Roberge shoving him hard throughout the corner. Cogswell searching on Taylor. Taylor's trying to keep a pretty steady wheel so far as he's wiggling around. Cogswell's also having to wiggle around at the same time to stay in line with him. And look who's got back in the mix. Noah Owens has come from laps down 2 by 2 by 2 for as far as the eye can see. Taylor pinching Roberge down on that bottom line, trying to get that side draft. But this is going to allow DJ Daniel to get a little bit out there. Cogswell is going to be trying to shove Taylor as DJ's thrown a little bit of a block. See what Taylor does. Taylor is going to stay in that bottom. Ooh, kind of fakes DJ out. He's going to get to his quarter panel now. I wouldn't think that's too early for anything to be moved. DJ's going to have to get a shove. Taylor hops down right in front of DJ. DJ gives him the shot in the rear. Taylor's going to be sent up the track. It almost spun from DJ. DJ shoving him through the corner. This could end up really bad here for these guys. It might end up bad, but they keep it straight. Off of 2, Cogswell. He's going to get a little bit of the lead now. Going to enter turn 3 here. Cogswell, he'll go to the lead. Off of the bumper, you have somebody spinning back here. That's Noah Owens. Ryan Sizemore, the 38, the 3, the 48. Hupka gets back through at the 81. Finally doesn't get involved in a wreck. That will bring out a caution here. That's Christopher Cash, and Cash's toe link is gone now. What happened here? 3 wide, and that was a not good move by Sizemore. Sizemore had a huge run, it seems. Shot the gap and just clipped Noah Owens here. Just clipped him, yeah, down to Sabanowski. Noah Owens actually is kind of lucky how he hit the wall. He hit it with his rear end of the car. That 3 just got threaded the needle through, and then he clips Ryan Sizemore. Or not Ryan Sizemore. He clips. I'm trying to think of the name. Lucas Whitehead on the bottom. That will bring out a caution here. That will probably bring them to a green-white checkered attempt. You're going to have to start worrying about fuel consumption now for these guys. Can they make it on fuel now? It's a big question. This is stretching their fuel window. I know like Stewart, DJ, and Matt are fine. Cogswell pitted on lap 69. So he's definitely pushing his fuel limits right now. I don't know if he can do it, and so we'll have to see if he can. When it's so late in the race, you might as well not pit, and they do have unlimited green-white checkered attempts too, so as many times as they need it, they will keep trying. Has to end under green. Looks like Austin is live for his race right now in the PGR Money Racing Series. Only 11 drivers in it though. And most of them are probably tired from running the podium races that they did earlier. Again, if y'all are new to Ghost Racing Network, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that'll help us. It's free. You can always take it back if you don't want to. If you don't like us, you can just take it back and never talk to us again, just like the girl that did that to me 4 years ago. That's a good clip. Somebody clip that, please. Yeah, he's in pit road. He broke his toe link. You saw that tire wobbling around. Zofield probably mad. Don't blame him one bit. 24 is in the race still. He is multiple laps down though. Nope, he's on the. Wait, what? He's on the lead lap now. I didn't expect that. He's on the lead lap. That's surprising. Oh, gosh. Lights are off. This 24 is not going to catch the field. He's going to have a Kyle Busch restart here. But Cogswell is going to lead him to green here. DJ Daniel behind 10, the 64, and then 89. Green flag is back in there. Cogswell gets a pretty good jump over DJ. What's Cogswell going to do? Is he going to stay bottom, stay mid, stay high, stay low, swing high, swing low, sweet chariot? Oh, good old church him there. These guys got broken up behind him, so Cogswell, oh, DJ's mounting a run. What's Cogswell going to do? Cogswell's going to make his car wide, stay in the middle of the track. Roberge is going to go with DJ Daniel, though. Let's see if Thomas Stewart will go with Cogswell. He will on the bottom. 2 4s working with each other. Ooh, thought about it. Thinking, do I stay on the bottom? He's going to give him a shove, though. DJ getting a shove from Chris Roberge now on the bumper of him. That Canadian is shoving him hard. As these guys are going to clip. They're going to clip each other here. There we go. There goes Patrick McQuaid around. That will bring on another caution. 4 or 5 drivers in it. As the seas part for some of these guys, as this is going to be the second green-white checkered attempt. Taylor, Whitehead, Owens, McQuaid are all in it. Cash, or not Cash is in it. He's in pit road. But wreck there for these guys. Probably a bump in the corner gone wrong, if I had to guess here. As nope, looks like McQuaid comes up a little bit off the bottom line. Off the top line, gets clipped by Ellis, and there it goes. It sets off a bomb for these guys as that toe link is immediately broke for him. Tire is in the wheel well. Not supposed to be like that. That 48 slides down to the middle. Looks like Taylor actually doesn't have that bad of damage. Whitehead bounces off the inside wall as McQuaid's steering is absolutely broke. That's the 10th caution here tonight. While these guys are under caution, we'll take a commercial break here. Got to get a charger for my phone either way. As we are back here at Daytona International Speedway, the Ghost Cup Series opening race here. Tell you what, I think that the stream's done a little bit better. I have absolutely maxed out the quality. For the bit rate that I can do, I might bump it up to like 4K streaming. I have to rescale the output though to be able to do that for it, but I'm definitely debating on that. But lights are off on the pace car here. See if they can bring it home here. DJ Daniel, Chris Roberge, Matt Metler, and Jonathan Cogswell, the top 4. Thomas Stewart, Sabanowski, Blaskowski, Hubka, Owens, Cloyd, Taylor, Ellis, McQuaid, Whitehead, Sizemore, and McLaughlin still in the race. Cash and Zofield in pit road, but green flag is back in the air. DJ's not going to get that big of a jump. He knows not to do that. He's going to lay back a little bit so he doesn't get absolutely blown by on the outside. Maybe he gets a big run. This guy's going to bottle it up here. The 24 has a chance to win. DJ's going to go up in the top line. Block Roberge is going to leave the bottom open for Matt Metler. See if he stays in the bottom lane. Or Roberge is going to go down to the bottom. He's going to get maybe around DJ because he's got a pretty big run, and he will be able to do that. DJ is going to tuck in behind him actually decide not to. He's going to go back up to that top line. Got a little bit of a movement back here. These guys maybe thinking about putting a 3-wide. Mettler's thinking about it. He wants to try it. He's going to do it. Taylor's going to go with him, but Mettler has nobody there. DJ's getting a huge shove from Cogs while Sabanowski's looking. DJ's going to go from top to bottom. Going to come out of 4 here and get the white flag to end the race. One more time around once he gets it. These guys are on each other's bumper as close as they can be. DJ from the bottom to the top. Going to hop up in front of Cogswell. White flag is in the air here for the Ghost Cup Series. First race of the season. Who's going to take it home? DJ's got a shove from Cogswell, but Roberge, he's got Thomas Stewart hooked up with him. That's a Ford, too. That Ford has that flat front end. He can really get away with shoving hard. These guys are going to set DJ up. I know how these super speedways work. You don't want to be the leader on these laps, it seems. 24 is looking. DJ, he still has a lead coming off of 2. When is Cogswell going to make his move on DJ Daniel? Sabanowski's looking, but he's boxed in. He can't get down to the bottom because Roberge is there. He's trying to get down to it. DJ's going to go to the bottom, block the run that Roberge has, but this is where these guys are going to set him up here. Cogswell's going to have a run. Roberge does not need to shove DJ if he wants to take the win here, but Roberge is doing that still. Roberge might shove DJ Daniel to the win. Roberge is looking, and it's going to be at the line. It will be DJ Daniel who takes home the first win of the year here in the Ghost Cup Series. As they are wrecking each other behind, the 89 is in the wall, but he crossed the finish line. Not a bad finish there. I thought there was going to be a move at the line. Looks like Roberge waited just a little bit too long to make it, though. And that will give DJ Daniel the win instead. They were going to have a lot of controversy with what happened with the 24 and with Chris Sofield. That was a questionable moment there. I don't know what happened there, really. I have to see. I got to ask for these drivers to get in here. We will watch DJ burn it down. Roberge may be DJ's teammate. That's probably why he didn't move out and try to pass him. Looks like the 2 other guys are sitting there for him. That's Stewart and Roberge. Roberge raced a little bit last season in the Cup Series also, but decided to drop out instead. Guys, they're posing for a photo, which is not a bad idea. DJ's still burning it down in the grass like Dale Earnhardt did when he got his first Daytona win. He tried and tried and tried, and he finally got one after that. He went through the grass with it, too. As NFL news, Ron Barber, Darrell Revis, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, and DeMarcus Ware headline the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Made it in there, but I will pull up the finishing order here, and we'll bring in these top 3 drivers. As we are going to wait for Thomas Stewart here just for a little bit, see if he can get in one of these waiting rooms. We have the top 2 in here right now. Give Stewart about 2 more minutes, see if he can get in here. Not a bad race, though. We'll give him. Well, it was a lot of caution fill, that's for sure, but it's kind of Daytona. I mean, you're so close together. Once somebody else goes around, you're going to get caught into it. Also, as there he is, Thomas Stewart hopped in here, so we will wait for these guys to get in there. This is a pretty cool photo that these guys are going to be taking with each other, but we will bring in the 3rd place driver and Thomas Stewart. Hey, Thomas, this is Braxton's booth. Got a copy, man?
10-4.
Man, so you come home third. Now, how did that race go for you from the drop the green flag to the checkered, man?
Oh man, that was rough. I was up and down all race, got in a wrecked myself, took my fast repair, but worked with some teammates.
So what was going through your head those last few laps, knowing that you had a chance to win the race? Was it pretty much not die or just go for the win at that point?
Well, my teammates were in the high line, so I wanted to get up there with them, but I knew if I did that, it would stall everybody out. So I really was just trying to push the 98 and maybe have a chance at the line. But it was tough.
Yeah, this track is always kind of like it's a big toss up in NASCAR. Anybody can win it, but how is that? Does this kind of set the tone for the rest of the season for you, or do you think that you can do better this race and take home a win next week?
No, this kind of sets the tone for me. I'm really happy with how I did. I hope I can continue to do this well, but I'm really strong on plank tracks and not as strong elsewhere. So I was hoping to get off to a good start.
Well, you definitely did get off to a good start, bringing home a third place finish. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
I do. I want to thank my son. I want to thank my mom and dad. They should be watching. Anybody else who's out there, Mark Corey, thank you, sir. And I'm going to go have a few Miller Lights.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good third place finish tonight, though, man.
Thank you. Thank you, too, by the way.
As that was Thomas Stewart, the third place driver. We're bringing the second place driver and Christopher Burge. Hey, Chris, this is Bryson Booth. You got a coffee, man?
Yes, I do.
Man, so you were showing these Americans how it was done. How did that race go for you from the drop the green flag to the checkered, man?
It was very, very tough. It's just a lot of patience. Gotta take your time. You can't just rush it right away. Um, I got in a few wrecks, a few bumps and bruises, but second place is not. It's pretty. I wouldn't for us.
Yeah, so what was going through your head that last lap, especially coming off four, knowing that you had a chance to win the race, and you kind of waited a little bit to pop out, but what was your mindset on that last lap there?
Well, I tried to shake TJ's cage a teeny bit just to get him a little okay. I'm coming, but I just don't want to go too aggressive and make him wreck and have a dirty win. I don't like that. So I just say, well, trying to see what I could do with side drafting. Uh, I was pretty close to get it, but he beat me by probably like a nose ahead of me.
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of you're trying to guess when to tuck out and you wait just a little bit too long. But how does this set the tone for the rest of the season for you coming home second in this first race here?
It's the first time back on this race. I used to race with Chris's Cup race, so I know a lot of Chris's in here. So at least I have some familiar who's good racers and who's not. So, but everything's all good.
Yeah, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yes, I would like to big thanks for Ghost Cup Series here. Thanks for broadcasting to you. Thanks for my teammates, Patrick, Chris, the other Chris, and Brian. Thanks for all the teamwork, helping each other out. Thanks for all that. A big thanks for my wife just for supporting me. And other thing, big thanks for Chop Shop Racing League I was in. I see they've been watching me and they want to say good job on my second place and thank you very much. That's pretty much all.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go.
And big thanks for my wife too for support me too and all that.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good second place finish here. Hopefully, I see you in victory lane next week, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's Christopher Burge, the second place driver, the only Canadian in this field. Kind of cool to see international drivers in here, but we will bring in the race winner in DJ Daniel. Hey, DJ, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, so you come home with the first win of the season here in the Ghost Cup Series. How does that make you feel?
Amazing.
Man, so what was going through your head that last lap, knowing you had a lot of guys behind you that were going to try to get the win here?
I knew I was a sitting duck, so I'm just like, I'm a block for my life. If I get wrecked, I get wrecked. I was going purely for the win.
Yeah, these super speedways, like, oh, I'm leading last lap, and then you can race 100 laps, and then you get turned in the last corner. But being the leader, is on these last laps is you kind of don't want to be that, but you were able to kind of search and block the runs. Those guys kind of box themselves in. But, how did the race go for you from the drop of the green flag to the checker? Because it seems like you had a pretty good race overall, though.
I mean, it was pretty solid. I got caught up in a mess. I forgot when. About 15 to go, I think. But I was able to use some strategy and stay inside the top 5, and that's basically what did this. But yeah, I mean, I spun out and I didn't take tires, so I don't know how.
Yeah, sometimes
I was loose.
Yeah, sometimes you just got their caution into the wind and see what happens. You're like, well, it's fun, and I'm just gonna I might not even do anything. Just see how these cars are built. Luckily, sometimes these cars are built tough. Sometimes the towing will break, but you were able to avoid most of the mess that happened. But that was definitely a race to see. I know you raced last season. That was always fun driving around you. You raced hard but clean all the time. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
I want to thank Sizemore Motorsports for the opportunity. Ryan, everybody, Noah, Blues Racing Designs, Rocco Sign Shop, just everybody who makes this happen. And special shout out to my girlfriend. I love you. I told you I was going to win this race, and I did. So,
hey, man. Well, that was a good win. Hopefully, I see you win next week. See if you can back it up. Before I let you go, how does this set the tone for the rest of the year for you, knowing that you won the first race of the season?
Confident. Just confident. Usually, I'm used to getting wrecked close to the finish. So, I mean, ride the wave.
All right, man. Well, hopefully, I see you in victory lane next week. Good luck, man.
Thank you. Have a good night.
That was DJ Daniel, the race winner. I will go over the finishing order here. DJ Daniel first, Christopher Bird second, Thomas Stewart third, Jonathan Cogswell fourth, Chris Hupke fifth, Mike Savanowski sixth, seventh, Colt Laskowski eighth, Patrick McQuaid ninth, Noah Owens 10th, Dylan Ellis 11th, Jeff Taylor 12th, Brian Cloyd 13th, Matt Metler 14th, Lucas Whitehead 15th, Ryan Sizemore 16th, Brandon McLaughlin 17th, Christopher Cash 18th, Chris Zofield 19th, Trey Whitehead 20th, Johnny Williams 21st, Warren Young 22nd, Charles Whitehead, and 23rd, Brock Whitehead. Some of those guys in the bottom, they were multiple laps down. They just joined because they had to do a podium race, but not a bad race overall. We'll say there was definitely wrecks, but that's kind of how this race tends to go. Next week, they will be at Las Vegas, so going to a bigger track for the race. It'll be Las Vegas Auto Club, Richmond, Texas, Dover, Watkins, Glen, Bristol, Michigan, Rockingham for these guys on those races. But again, if y'all are new to Ghost Racing Network, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that'll help us grow a lot. Hopefully we can hit 500 by the end of this month. I think it is possible. But if y'all want to watch more racing, Austin is streaming the PGR racing right now. Go hop over and watch him do his stuff there. But hopefully you'll have a good night, and I will let you all go.